Okay. I can't forgive myself for not playing fighting games sooner.
Fighting games are probably one of the oldest video game genres. Although they have experienced a bit of a decline in popularity since their initial rise in the late 70s to 80s, they are still very much sought after by lots of people. According to GameTree.me, they were the 5th most popular genre in 2019. Yes, we use statistics on this channel, it's no biggie. When we think of fighting games, the first ones that probably come to mind are Tekken, Street Fighter,
Get out of my gym, you freak.
and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Personally, I never had that much to do with fighting games.
Yeah, but you also have to remember there is the whole Super Smash community. That is, I would also consider that a fighting game.
Until recently, I would mostly play FPS shooters like Modern Warfare.
Yep, same.
Though I don't enjoy it that much anymore due to the SBMM present in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, SBMM really ruins it. Yeah.
Another game I played a lot is Escape from Tarkov.
I don't know. I just can't get behind extraction shooters. They're just so boring, and especially when that video came out of like the wiggle that killed Tarkov with all the showing all the cheaters. Like most of the time, there's at least one cheater in every lobby. Like, ugh. No thanks.
In which I have many good memories.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
And many bad ones.
What the?
But
Yeah.
fighting games were never really on my radar.
Sending the homies gifts of men kissing me. My performance at university. Sinking, drowning, fighting games. Dead.
Whoa, that's not supposed to. Yeah, that's about right. Hell yeah. I only have slight memories of playing Tekken at some relative's house on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I remember playing as
Bro, this is so same for me. For me, it was, what was it? It was Tekken 2 or 3, the one with Eddie Gordo, and it was on PlayStation, I think, 2? And all you had to do with Eddie Gordo was spam the kick buttons, and it would just make Link, he would go into like breakdance mode, and he would just, you could just link combos, and even if they blocked, you were still pretty safe, because not only did you not know what you're doing, your opponent didn't know what you were doing either.
the bear Kuma. Not to be mistaken with Coomer, which is a word that describes people like you. Nah, I'm just kidding. The average Richie viewer is a beautiful, handsome man. I also really got into Smash Bros. In the first Wii when I was in elementary school.
Oh yeah.
For which my brother...
Bro, the Smash, the era of Smash. This was an era for me back in the day in like middle school and high school. This was back when the GameCube was a thing. And the GameCube and subsequently the Wii. And I would always go over my buddy Kyle's house, and he would have a GameCube, and we would play a bunch of different things on it. But eventually, the GameCube lid got stuck, and when we hit the open lid button, it wouldn't open, and none of us wanted to like break it or anything. So, luckily, the game that was stuck inside was Super Smash Melee at the time. So, we just called it the Smash console, the Smash box, and yeah, we were just like, Kyle, bring over the Smash box. And he was like, yep, okay, no problem. And we had, I don't know how many hours collectively we have on that game. It was so many, dude. And when Brawl came out, we just played that shit for even more on the Wii. Like, you know, Snake, Meta Knight, Link, Zelda, the usual suspects.
Some friends and I would always meet up to play against each other. But after that, I didn't really play any fighting games for a long time.
Yeah. There was a lull.
Fast forward to February of 2017, the year in which For Honor released. A game with a super cool and unique combat system, although not so many games of a similar style have come out since.
Yeah, very. I think what I mean, I didn't play For Honor, but I watched a good amount of it, and it was like very rock paper scissors. You could like attack, block, parry, and some other shit. And they had like a little triangle thing.
For Honor is exactly the game where you love to think of playing it, but playing it is actual cock and ball torture and suffering.
Oh Jesus!
Unless you're into that stuff, then gee whiz, knock yourself out.
Now I remember when the game first came out, and nobody knew the meta. There was this one class that it was like some Viking, and he had like a shield and a sword. But the thing you could do was like, I forgot exactly, but it ended up being like you could grab the person and like move them around. And what ended up happening is people just like shield bashed or shield blocked or whatever. And they sort of grabbed them and they just moved them off and did like a ring out with them. Like what was it, Soul Calibur with the ring out? You just grab them, move them, and then you're done.
It got to a point where my friends would make inconceivable human sounds fueled by rage.
He's not getting revenge!
Er macht mehr Dodges als...
Ooh.
Still, For Honor and its unique combat system are honestly how I picture a perfect modern fighting game. It's not just duels 1-to-1, but also interesting team objective modes where you, for example, have to capture 3 points on the map and hold them to win. Having this team-based objective in a fighting game based on a big map with a total of 8 players just gives it so much more longevity and replayability.
It's a different type of fighting game.
Als ob wir das gewonnen haben. Alter.
Oh, now that is literally just like Rocket League, where you have like standard, like high or buy or great shot type emotes, and you just spam them. You could just spam whatever emote, regardless of whether you win or lost. You just spam the emote.
Als ob. Ach du Scheiße.
But yeah, I didn't play any classic 2D fighting games in years. And so, for the first time ever, I bought one of those classic side-view fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Tekken 7. Let's just jump right into it.
Oof.
So, the first time I booted up Tekken, I checked out all the characters and looked for someone I could main. Something I quickly noticed was that the character design in Tekken 7 is kind of odd.
This is disgusting.
Kazuya.
Who taught you to do that?
What the fuck?
His head is so small. Look at that. Dude, his head is literally the size
His head is smaller than his shoulders.
of his fist.
I have cancer.
Some other characters are Martial Law, who is basically Bruce Lee. Two giant catmen, who are both 2 meters tall and weigh around 140 kilos. You could probably post these guys on r/chonkers and get tons of upvotes. I decided to go with Lars Alexanderson. I mean, he's a cyborg guy with some anime-ass moves.
Yeah, my buddy. Oh my god, dude. My one buddy had played, was it Tekken 7 or 8? He played one of those whenever Lars first came out, and he played the shit out of it. And this man went through so many controllers. This man was not averse to just whipping his controller like at the ground, at the wall. Like, oh my god. Like, I went over his house one day. Yeah, I went over to Darren's house one day, and I tried to play like some like relaxing game of like what was it, like the Street Fighter puzzle game or some bullshit, and he tried to hand me like some PlayStation controller as like a co-op one, and he took the good controller, and what he handed me was like a skeleton of a controller. Like, all the pads on the thumbsticks were just off. The whole thing was creaking, and it was like when he whipped the controller, it just shattered everywhere, and he somehow managed to put it back together. But when you grabbed it, it didn't feel right. It felt like a piggy bank. You're essentially holding just a piggy bank of just random plastic, and it actually worked to my surprise. But Jesus Christ.
But an absolutely fucking minging haircut.
Yes, and he played Lars. That's what you reminded me of.
Fighting in this game is so satisfying. Every punch and kick has so much weight to it, it just feels super hefty.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
The combat is generally pretty fun and deep, and there are many kinds of attacks. You can do high, mid, and low attacks. There are also attacks which have hyper armor. Undodgeable attacks are also a thing. Every character can parry low attacks, which is extremely satisfying.
Du brichst halt meine Moves die ganze Zeit ab.
Nice.
Oh, no way.
Oh, so close. Oh mein Gott.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
das war so klar.
Ooh.
Another neat thing is the slow
Choke.
motion and close encounters, where you just don't know who will win the round.
Had the homies watching.
Oh my god!
Nah, buddy. Oh, dude, fuck off. No. No. God
Dang.
And dude, there's too much to cover right now. I've really been enjoying the learning
Oh
process in
yeah.
this game though.
Isn't Tekken like one of the most complicated fighting games? Like you wouldn't think it, but
And dude, there's too much to cover right now. I've really been enjoying the learning.
yeah, you wouldn't think it with just the simple like left punch, right punch, left kick, right kick, and the ability to move forward and backward and into the foreground and background of the game or of the stage. But it is like one of the most complex fighters I've ever seen. It's crazy. There's so many moves.
Learning process in this game though.
Als ob das noch hittet.
So, how do I feel about fighting games? Honestly, the genre was an absolute breath of fresh air for me. I have generally been kind of pessimistic and upset at the gaming industry for a while now, with the industry being riddled with buggy, unfinished releases, empty promises, corporate greed, and just an overwhelming number of negative things, really. Fighting games opened a new door of gaming for me, and getting into it for the first time was so fun. From the wide variety of characters, the different movesets and playstyles, the satisfaction of finally learning and applying a new combo in a fight is just so good. If you too, like me, have never been into fighting games and have never given them a chance, then dude, give the genre a try. Tekken 7 is super affordable on instant gaming. I know for sure that I will keep on grinding fighting games in the near future, especially with Tekken 8 coming up and looking real good.
Bro, fighting games have like, I will say this, like, it's so easy to watch a fighting game because it's just two people, health bar, and then just beat each other up. It's like a virtual MMA fight, essentially. It's super easy to watch, like much the same way that, you know, football is easy to watch, soccer is easy to watch. Like, oh, where's the action? It's just right there in front of you. There's none of this complicated shooting game bullshit. I mean, you know, granted, like something like CS or Val is relatively easy to watch, but like if you start getting into like anything else besides those, it's like, what the heck is going on? Yeah. Like I had a brief stint where like my fighter game of choice was what was it, like MVC3, and bro, I played the shit out of that game. That game was so fun. That pretty much fell in line of like the easy to learn, hard to master type, you know, phase that you can say that Super Smash Melee has, easy to learn, hard to master. And that game was so fun, man. Oh my gosh.
Just look at those muscle contractions, goddamn.
Oh dang, they actually added that shit. Jesus Christ. What is this? Like every character is like Mr. Shreds. The baby across the room staring me down while shitting his pants. That's actually crazy that they added like the veins, because bro, Tekken has like the most like hyper fantastical bodies of like every, like anytime there's like an article that comes out where it's like, oh, women are like so sexualized, it's like, have you played Tekken at all in recent years? Have you, this is negative body fat. This is negative 3% body fat, dude. Like, look at all of this separation in just the delt, in the buy and try. You can see all of this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All right. This is crazy. That's insane. He could step on a stage and easily win a Mr. Olympia. I mean, you don't hear guys complaining like, oh, guys are like over sexualized. It's like, no shit, because it's cool to look at.
Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this type of content and my style, please consider subscribing, as I will be uploading similar stuff in the near future.
Nice. Bro, that was a good ass video. I'm a fan. And yeah, that was actually pretty, like, really cool. Like, I mean, like, I'm like balls deep into like aim trainers and shit like Kovacs, but I mean, I don't know, maybe one day I'll go back to playing like some fighting game. Like, I know was it Riot has that new Project L coming up, and that's supposed to be like MVC, like Marvel vs. Capcom, and I don't know, I might pick that up. But yeah, man, cool. It's cool that you know, you finally came in, and yeah, I mean, it's really fun. Fighting games are fun and really addicting. You're just half the time you're in the lab trying to learn moves and like trying to figure out combos, and then the other half is, you know, you're just online grinding either pubs or ranked or whatever, and it's fun, definitely, man. I hope you enjoy. But yeah, good video, and that's pretty much it for me, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.